Wayne Roberts. I'm the sales manager at Old Mutual, the local office. And my boss is here today, also to watch us behave ourselves. Dad and I are colleagues, and there are a few of our colleagues that are going to join the next partnership. At this time of our events, normally we dish out a lot of pens and forms. so we just dish out the forms, but keep the pens up because you need to sign up for the next circle. Right. And I was one of those guys when Julian spoke about principles that started sweat beading out of my forehead there. So yeah, I'm going to talk off the cuff. I haven't presented anything. I must first apologize for my partner, Chris Manelli from Mfesane High School. And I'm going to go through what I experienced in the partnership. So I came in the back door because what happened was there was 3 sponsorships for Old Mutual, and one of the people pulled out. And then Gordon came to me and said, "Listen, Wayne, you're crazy enough. Wouldn't you like to do something like this? I mean, you're never at work, and there's no figures on the board for you, and the boss is always looking out for where you are in the street. I mean, he doesn't mind if we're out in the street. He doesn't mind. He doesn't see us in the office. It's fine." So Gillian came to see me, and she asked me, "Was I keen for this? She's got a big challenge for me." So I said, "Yes, I'm quite up to it." And she says, "I've got a big challenge for you. Are you keen for this?" And I think at some stage she was struggling to partner someone with this specific principal in this specific school. And the first day I went out there, I realized that is what she meant when she asked me twice. I mean, you don't ask a woman to get married twice. You don't ask her once. So Jillian asked me twice, and I said, "Yes, okay, let's do this." I was involved in the Boy Scouts for many years as a boy from about 1981. Became a Scoutmaster. I was a Scoutmaster for 10 years. And in 1981, we used to camp in the bush with boys from New Brighton. We used to go hiking and camping with kids from KwaZulu and New Brighton. And we wore khaki uniforms, by the way, in 1981. And we used to go camping with black children and white children in the same camp with khaki uniforms, believe that or not. Okay. So it wasn't anything unusual for me to go into the townships. I mean, I was quite familiar there. I was quite safe. I mean, I've walked around in Umtata at lunchtime, the only white guy, talking to everybody. So I feel quite comfortable with something like that. So we went out to meet Chris at the school, and his school is in the furthest corner of Motherwell. It's a stone's throw away from the Motherwell Cemetery and the place of safety, and it's on the intersection of the Adder Road and the Uteneg Road, right on the corner there. You know that. The school is made of vibratecrete. We all know we use vibratecrete for boundary walls nowadays. It's not a brick and mortar building. It's vibratecrete slabs, the school. Okay. The kitchen they've got that feeds, they've got a feeding scheme. The kitchen they've got is a container, shipping container. There's a couple of ladies that volunteer to cook. So whenever I popped up, they always popped in to see if there wasn't a free meal for me. But seriously, yeah, that's it. And there's no hall. The kids line up outside every morning, and we sing a song or two. So when I visited in the morning, first few times I had to, it was fine, I had to keep my mouth closed because if the wind blew, the dust would get into your mouth and your eyes and things like that. But it's an experience. I mean, in winter I had to take a spare pair of shoes with me in my car because of the mud. There's no concrete, it's gravel and sand and mud. So that's what these kids go through. And when I first met Chris with Gillian, the office and the environment for the teachers, it's a massive challenge. A really massive challenge for those kids. And I think my biggest goal was to motivate these kids to improve. Not only the school results, but their own results. Motivate them in a way to do that. That was my goal. That was all my goal. And I'm not going to take credit for their results this year at all, because I think the time that I was there, I couldn't have made such a big difference. It must have been the teachers and the principals and everyone involved there. But the school pass rate went from 46% to this year 74%. Wow. Okay, that was great. And I mean, like I said, I don't take any credit for that. I mean, that was big. But I was just Mr. Wayne. I used to walk around and pop into the school at 7 in the morning and see the kids and walk around. In the beginning, they'd like run away. Who's this guy? Walking around the back of the school and some inspector or whatever. So some things that caught my eye were the deputy passed away. The deputy principal passed away. And that morning they were doing a memorial service in the afternoon. That morning a class of kids actually came to school at 7 o'clock. It was a winter morning. 7 o'clock in the morning, and there was a young lady teacher that was teaching them mathematics. They didn't want to miss that class. And they were in the third, I think there's 3 rows of buildings, in the back third corner, and the classroom didn't have lights. When I walked into the classroom, I actually sat there with them, I sat and she was teaching. I couldn't even see on the board, just by the way. And I found that quite, can I use the word disgusting, that you've got a school, but there's a light not working in the classroom. The kids come to school at 7 o'clock on a winter's morning to catch up their mathematics class because they've got to get the memorial service of the deputy principal, and there's no lights in the class. Okay? So we've got a huge problem in our education system in the country. It's a massive challenge. So what I did was I had a motivational talk to these pupils across the road. There's that place of safety, and then there's that community centre on another one, that community centre. So we got together with the kids there, and I did a presentation on why it's important to get matric, and why it's important to study hard, and why it's important to do well. So that was one of my things I did with them is to speak to them, and then I also ran a little competition at the school. Write a letter to your principal, and tell your principal why you think it's important to pass matric. What is it going to mean for you going forward? And 5 of the learners' letters were chosen by the teachers, and there were little prizes for them. So slowly but surely gaining some trust with the teachers and gaining some trust with the pupils and so on. They went to a matric camp at Samkei. I visited them, they stayed there for a week. I visited them. I addressed the pupils and the teachers that were there. They actually go away from the school and they go to Samkei for a week. And they actually camp there and they stay there. And they just have class and class and class from morning till night. All the teachers that are there come through and they teach them. We moved one step further to say with our funding that we were able to get, that we're working on a trophy project. And we got a number of trophies for different grades, for different subjects, like top maths, top science, top that. So we were able to fund a collection of trophies, and nothing like you ever see on TV. People, please. We try to get it across the route, but all the grades. That was great. And then the third thing that I've started is Spoornet donated them a whole computer class.
Wow.
Everything, smartboard, everything. It's been lying in dust for 3-4 years, that thing. And it concerned me that you can give someone a fishing rod and not teach them how to fish. That was my concern. So that was my start of my project. At the end of my partnership, that's actually the start of my next project. So I've got a couple of people helping me set up that computer lab. Everything is there. It's just not working. It's not being used. And my vision is to see that computer lab used by the local community or ex-pupils, and to get an ex-pupil or two that are at varsity that can teach computers, to give up their time. Because something about that community, since 1981 or 84 or something, that school was ever only broken into once. That community looks after that school. As bad as shoddy as it is, and the facilities that are bad and as bad as they are, no one goes into that school to vandalize that school. No one breaks in. They've had one breaking in since that school was there. So it just shows you that people around the community value, even though the school is in that condition, they value that facility. So there's no sports fields, there's no cement, there's no hall, there's no place where they can meet. It's outside every morning, line up in the sand or the grit or the rain or whatever, and here we go. But we sang some songs and we did the Medieval dance there, and all of these funny things. So I must apologize for Chris not being here tonight. They're doing school governing body nominations and voting and things like that. But when we met, we shook hands, and when Gillian wasn't there were two things that we said, and that was be respect and trust. That's how we would communicate with each other. So we've had a couple of lunches together. We sit on 1 or 2 beers together too. Not in a line. And we've tried to solve the education system in the country like that. We're going to get very fat, or we're going to get very drunk. But yeah, so my partnership, thank you for allowing me, Old Mitchell, to be part of it. And in the background, and Gillian, everyone has said this tonight. And when they've said it, I've also said the pairing up of what you do. I don't know how you do it. It's like amazing. It's like, you know. So if I bring my son to you, you must go and pick him up. Find my son or mine. Don't do it their own kids because I'll never accept it. But yes, that's really been a blessing for me to be part of that. And to share with people and to listen. You know, a lot of people say I don't listen at work because you're in that role. You tell people what to do. It's just as easy as that. But we learn that from our boss. He feels that's so we're not signing any forms today. We're not signing any papers. We're going to join the next circle. But we'll be on the outside perimeter carrying on with our stuff. I know I will, and I know Gladwin will. And you're getting, I think, 3 new mutual people. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So good luck to the next circle with all mutual people. We are the mad group. But yeah, thanks for all my friends I've met. Refer to them as friends because that's what I'm here to do, is to make friends. And hopefully we meet each other in the future again and keep going, you know. Hopefully we can do more for our schools and our education system. And there was I shared something with my matric group and I did a motivational talk, and I said I read something a few years ago. A young Zulu boy that got something like 6 A's studying with a candle, you know. And I said, that's not impossible. So don't worry about what it looks like where you're sitting studying. Apply yourself. Your books are there. Your brain is here. And my next phase of going into this is I'm joining the matrics now a lot earlier, because last year we joined, I think I joined about May or something. Yes. My idea now is to get them together on a regular basis and to start study groups. And ways of how we're going to study. You know, if you walk out the class and you don't understand what the teacher's told you and too busy and whatever, 2 or 3 guys that know what's happening get together and impart the knowledge with each other, teach each other. Because sometimes it's just the teacher's trying to teach you something and the pupils don't connect to what the teacher's. And that was my problem at school, to be honest. I gave up maths at the first opportunity. And I'm in the financial industry now. So it's not my fault, boss, it's that I don't understand what you're trying to tell me I need to achieve. It's my teacher's fault. But yeah, it's learning in a different way, sharing in a different way. Thank you to Partners for Possibilities. Thank you to Chilean. All my colleagues that took part in this, thank you to Old Mitchell for allowing me to be part of this. It was really a journey. And I'm going to take it further. You know, even if it's just visiting and talking and listening. You know, it's not always about money. It's not always about money. Time is as valuable, but I think the relationships in the building are that. Thank you. I hope I didn't go over my time.